Every time I'm in my trap, I move like rainbow.
Nathan Crown.
Go ahead. I mean, we can start with penalties. You guys have a number of penalties today. In the end, you still end up on top. Just was it a war against maybe the officials, or was it just mistakes?
Look, we probably are making a lot of mistakes in there. It's very frustrating, obviously, to have so many penalties. I've never seen that before. But what was great was the response by the kids to keep fighting, to try to overcome that. You know what I mean? To keep plugging away. We had some turnovers. We had all 90, all back and 70 yards. You know, so it was a lot of very. I think the takeaway was just how tough North is, how physical. I mean, that was the old school Hockomock game. That felt like, all right, that felt like the old school Hawk, and I liked it a lot. And you know, they're going to be just fine.
What does that say about your team? You're talking an old school style kind of game. Does that give you a little more confidence about your team's headed in the direction you want it to, that was able to handle a test like this?
Well, you know, we told them last week, you know, we got the win, but we didn't play very physical. You know, weren't really tough. And I said, you're going to be up against it against North because you know how tough and physical they are. And they responded to that, and so I'm very pleased. Now we still have other things to fix, you know what I mean? Still a lot of...
To start the second half, you get a red zone stand down here.
Yeah.
You know, it's another solid performance for them.
Yeah.
Against, like you said, a physical team that you're up against.
Oh, it was great. Like I said, those things, defense is what we kind of hang our hat on that. It keeps us going while we're trying to get things going on offense. And, I thought we did a good job moving the ball, having drives going until we shot ourselves in the foot. And so, it's just complimentary football. But of course, defense and Coach Ross always dials it up, and the kids play hard.
Would you see a talent in Keegan to lead you on the ground?
So you gotta have dudes. You think I'm making those guys better football players? They can go anywhere. They'd be the best players when they show up. So we're lucky enough to have them, and we're lucky enough that they work so hard for us and want to be a part of this team. And we lean on them, and that's what we're gonna do. Basically, those are our dudes. And then after that, everybody else is just chipping in, and we're all, supporting roles. So, and they took over the game for us.
From your angle, did you think Keegan's fumble there at the end, or it actually wasn't from a touchdown? Did you think it went out of the back of the end zone, or what did you just see from your angle?
Well, so two things. Supposedly, there's a new rule that if you fumble out of the end zone, it's supposed to come back to the point of where it went out. Whether that would have been called or not, who knows? But that's number one. Number two is that he fumbled. He didn't get it. He fumbled. But you know what I mean? So it's okay. They blew that call. We had some other ones, so that's just how it goes. And it was a hell of an effort. We didn't block anybody, so he deserved the touchdown as far as I'm concerned. Sometimes you get lucky, you know what I mean?
You mentioned dudes on your team, on them, and Rivera and Bannon, just tough guys to scheme against on both sides of the ball.
Oh, yeah. And they're so big, they're so physical. I mean, there's going to be a lot of ice packs tonight, I think, you know what I mean? And so, and that's what you get with North. I wish we were a community instead of this beautiful facilities, but look, something about North. You're playing a tradition. You're playing, we're in Rainbow Field here. You're playing. They always believe they're going to win. You're up 2 scores. They still believe you're going to win. They're going to win. They don't stop. That's what they do. That's why it's always such a great game. And Coach Strack has them ready to play. So.
Thanks, Coach.
I'm here with Coach Brian Lee after a big win on the road, 27 over North Attleboro. Coach, talk about the effort today.
I'm just very pleased with the response, playing a very tough, physical North team. And, I'm just very pleased with how we responded and got after it.
All right, you said in the media interview that North has tradition. Talk about playing a team like North and what that means for the program.
Oh, well, I missed playing them last year because this is the type of game that you have, the type of atmosphere you have to say. Nobody has more pride in their hometown than North people. Nobody has more pride in their tradition. So when you get out there and you're playing against those kids that have grown up this way, believe in defending their hometown honor, you're going to get their best effort. And that's what you want to see out of kids. And that's why playing North is special to me.
Talk about Talent King and the effort that he put in to open the game with a big run and close it with a huge touchdown.
He's a freaking dude. You know what I mean? He's a special kind of guy. He's just, you want to show up with your dudes. Our guys showed up. They played hard, and I was very, very pleased with him. And just he's a workhorse. He's tough. He's a great kid. He's all the things you want in a player, and so we're happy to have him.
That's Coach. I'm here with Talent King after a 21-7 win over North Attleboro. Talk about the effort today with the win.
Started out slow. They were killing us the whole first half. Everyone was down, but the whole second half, we all got together, all the seniors, brought the energy back up, came out strong, fired out. Even though we fumbled the ball the first play of the game, we still kept our hopes high, still pushed, still ran the ball strong, and came out with the W.
You started the game off with a huge run. You ended it with a huge touchdown. Talk about how those runs felt.
First run, got it going down the sideline. Felt great, but all the penalties started bringing us down, and I knew if they would bring the team back up, I had to get another touchdown. So put the team on my back, ran the score and scored.
This is a big rivalry game. Lots of tradition. Talk about playing in a tradition such as KP North Attleboro.
You know, always growing up, we never beat North Attleboro. We always lost them in the playoffs. So for our grade, the senior group, it's a huge win for us. It's the first time we've ever beat them in our grade. So it's always a big rival with them.
All right, thanks, Talon.